Well, retirement could be a little hair-raising. After all, you're taking a different step in life, going from investing to planning and spending, and your portfolio carries its own risk. And Adam Wolf, Jacksonville's retirement coach, is here to explain why that word risk isn't as scary as it may sound. Adam's an area certified financial planner. His firm, Wolf Retirement Navigation, helps you plan for a successful retirement. And for all of our friends at home, you may recognize Adam as he is with us on Tuesdays usually, but now he's joining our family on Wednesdays twice per month. Good to see you, man.
Great to see you, Curtis.
All right, let's talk about this. What do you hear from your clients? Why, as they get close to retirement, that word, risk and everything, it just seems to be very terrifying to them?
Yeah, so, risk it could be a lot of different things. And when we're looking at it from an investment standpoint, it's portfolio risk. It means if with your IRAs, your 401ks, whatever you own, from an investment standpoint, what can you temporarily or permanently lose? And on the flip side, taking risk can also mean that you can temporarily or permanently gain within your portfolio. So having the right amount of risk, first off, knowing how to measure it, and then having the right amount as you near and enter into retirement is very, very important.
Because the old adage I've been told, my whole life is when you're younger, you can be a little riskier because you have more time for it to correct. But they also talk about diversify, your whole portfolio and your investments. But what's the proper? Is there a set formula for that, or is it different for everybody?
Yeah. So when we're in our accumulation stage of our life, where we're working and we were us young guys, we're putting money away, we are saving, we are growing for the time when we actually retire. But as we get closer to retirement, there's two things we do not have that we used to have, is time. Okay, we still have a full retirement that we can live, and sometimes it lasts 20, 30, 40 years at times, but we also, the money that we put in over time, we don't have that money to put back in. So if we're nearing retirement, there's a mathematical way to calculate how much risk you currently have in your portfolio, meaning how much can you lose under certain scenarios and how much can you gain under certain scenarios. Knowing that information is the key.
So so you have basically the algorithms that run like, okay, if this happens over the next 2 years in the market, here's what would happen to your portfolio. You run those numbers for people. What about we just had one recently, a few weeks back, the market corrections. Do you get a lot of phone calls when you see a day like that? We
typically don't, because we work with folks who are nearing retirement, in retirement, who we've planned on the front end how much risk we've built into the portfolios. And it's sort of counterintuitive to our world, but of course, when the markets drop as fast as they did, if you had a 100% in the stock market, if you knew through the mutual funds that you owned, you would probably see a 10 to 12 to 15% loss in your portfolio. But a lot of folks have diversified, whether it's into bonds or annuities or cash or different asset allocations within the different stock markets that are out there, to limit those losses and still pick up gains when times get better.
So your clients don't stress out because you've already done all the work for them. You've already set them up.
I wouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them, Curtis, do not stress as much as the typical person on TV saying, "Hey, the market's falling, sell, sell, sell," that kind of thing.
You've put them in a good position. So, I'm really enamored by and kind of enthralled by this. You can actually measure somebody's portfolio risk based off of just running the numbers. How does that work for the people?
Yeah, for the last 18 years, I've been helping folks in the financial services industry, and from a retirement planning perspective, there are ways to measure how much you have. So what we do for folks, we offer a stress test complimentary to the viewers that say, here's what you have. We've identified what the risks are there. Good and bad. Maybe it's in line and consistent with what you thought, maybe it's not. We also analyze the fees that can eat away over time at your portfolio. 20, 30 years of fees can add up, and give that information to you free of charge.
Very good, very good. There you go, folks. He's the expert. That's why we bring him in here on Wednesdays now. Good to see you.
Wednesdays. Thanks, Curtis.
Thanks to Wolf Retirement Navigation for being here and sharing his services. And if you're nearing retirement or already retired and have questions about the risks you're taking when it comes to your retirement savings, Adam Wolf has a special offer for the first 5 qualifying callers. That's right, let him perform a portfolio stress test for you, and it will examine exactly what you have in your portfolio, how much risk you're taking, and what you're paying in fees. Simply call 904-232-8760. That's 904-232-8760. You can also learn more about how to plan for retirement by visiting wolfretirement.com. Adam has 2 office locations for your convenience, one in Jacksonville and one in Clay County. And you can connect with Adam and his team on Facebook. Just search Wolf Retirement Navigation and be sure to follow their page while you're there.